Are we recording? Yes, we are. Welcome back to Stand Focused for Jesus. Today we're going to talk about business. We're going to talk about some LLCs, some corporations, stuff like that. Many of you have great ideas, but you don't know how to go about establishing a LLC or a sole proprietorship or C Corp or S Corp or whatever it may be. Now, many of you know that I have been what you call self-employed or a entrepreneur for about, I think, 10 or 11 years. And the businesses that I was doing, it was under a sole proprietorship. And under sole proprietorship is pretty much you are the business. Kelson King, that's my name. That's sole proprietorship. I am my business. So you don't get that that corporate protection where they can't come for your personal assets, and depending on the situation, they still can come for your personal assets and stuff like that. So when you have a corporation, pretty much what you're getting is you're getting that corporate protection, or that they call it the corporate veil. You get different business benefits that you don't get on the personal side or as a sole proprietor. For example, when it comes to business, when you apply for business credit, majority of the time you get way more money on the business side, easier than you would on the personal side. Now, sometimes, depending on what you're trying to do, you will have to be a guarantor on that business loan. So you want your credit to be somewhat decent. And I'm not saying that you have to go out and you have to do all this in regards to getting your credit right and all these different things. But you do need to understand that business and corporations in America, they can be used as a tool to do other things in life for the Lord Jesus Christ. I know many of you want to get off of the 9-to-5 system. The first thing from a Christian perspective that you must know and you must have is the fear of the Lord and not the fear of man. The Bible tells us that perfect love casts out fear. You cannot be fearful of going out here and starting a small business. You can't be fearful. And so really what I want to do is I just want to share with you some of the things to make it easier for you, because it's not as hard as you think. The hardest thing is all the paperwork. It's overwhelming. And like I said, I've been self-employed for about 10 to 11 years, maybe 12 years. And the businesses and the stuff that I was doing, they didn't require that corporate veil. Now I'm venturing into other stuff, wholesale real estate, which is they call REI, stuff like that. Wholesaling vehicles and stuff like that. I'm trying to get into that because I flipped vehicles, before in the past. Buying them off Craigslist and then turning around and flipping them before and whatnot. And that's primarily how a lot of people who go to the point of getting their business license, or I should say their dealership license, that's how they started out. They started out flipping cars and stuff like that from Craigslist or OfferUp or any of these different sites. But yeah, so I want to help y'all out a little bit, because you don't have a lot of people speaking this from a Christian perspective. And let me speak on wholesaling real fast. Real estate is one of the easiest ways where you can generate some money, where you can come off your 9-to-5, and you can do it while you're still working your 9-to-5 until you can get the whole thing established. We're talking about where you can make $5,000 from a deal and not even have to put up any of your money. So this is what I'm currently working on. I haven't closed the deal yet. I'm still learning. My wife is still learning. This is all new to us. But go check that out. Go check out, you probably heard about house flipping. There's money in that. Now let me say something, because I know some of you probably going to talk about, oh my God, you're talking about money. The Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. We're talking about using money as a tool to help us do other things, to get us off of this system and stop being so reliant on a 9 to 5, so we can get our time back to do even more for the Lord. That's what it's about. So how do you set up your LLC? We're going to keep it simple. It takes about 10 minutes. It could take 10 minutes. If you're a little bit slow, it'll take you 30 minutes to do it, to set up your LLC. What I did was, I went, my papers are all mixed up. Let me put this back in order. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna show y'all this. What I did was, first I went to LegalZoom. LegalZoom, they was talking crazy. I didn't want to pay the money they were talking about. And you always price compare things. So I did some price comparisons and I found a cheaper site. The site that I went through to set up my LLC is incfile.com. 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 It cost me about $300 to set up my LLC. You say you don't have that type of money, put it aside from each check. The reason, and it really doesn't even cost that much. I think it costs like 170, I think, or maybe 200. We're gonna say 200 or whatever. The reason mine costs more is because I paid the extra money to go ahead and get it done. I paid the expedited charge to go ahead and get it processed faster. Why? Because I already have a business, but I wanted to have the LLC status because I'm trying to do some other things. I got my clothing line set up already. Not making any sales off of it like that. I think I made like maybe 3 or 4, maybe 5 sales. I think it was 5 sales total for my my clothing line, Truth to Gear. But guess what? It's established. I have my ideas. I have my shirts. I have my website and stuff like that. It's already in motion. So now I'm bringing all these things together under my LLC. So you go to the site and you just follow the process. Now they're gonna try to upsell you a lot of these other products. You don't have to accept that stuff. Don't accept it. That's what drives the price up. Don't accept those things because you can do it yourself. If you're interested in setting up a LLC, shoot me an email and I will walk you through the process. I will literally walk you through the process because I want y'all to succeed in Christ if this is what you really want to do. So it took about, I did it on a Saturday and they got to it on that Monday because of course, they're closed for the weekend or whatnot. And I had my LLC on Wednesday, just that fast. So you can either have it mailed to you or you can have it printed out. I decided to have it printed out. So you're gonna get this. This is the cover sheet. Articles of organization. And then you're gonna get this. State of Georgia, Secretary of State, Corporation Division, Certificate of Organization. And the name of my LLC is Heaven to Earth Services LLC. So this is the official document showing that this is my LLC, my corporation, Heaven to Earth Services. What I primarily stick to is the service industry, making connections. You need a car or whatever, I can put you in contact with the right people to get you a car with the least amount of money as far as down payment and stuff like that. And I get what they call a bird dog. A bird dog for which is simply a referral for me referring you to the right people is $100. That's what they pay me, a referral. So that's also an aspect of my business. You know why I do that? Because it doesn't cost me any money. You see what I'm saying? It's not costing me any money to make money. Only thing it's costing me is my time to get leads for people who are already looking for cars and connect them with the right people. And when I connect them with the right people, the people that I'm connecting them with, they already know that these people are trying to get in cars with the least amount of money possible out their pocket. How do I know? Because I did it 2 times. Got 2 cars with no money down. And so I'm like, dang, you can get cars with no money down? I didn't think it was possible. Unless you had perfect credit. My credit isn't even in the 650s. My credit score is a 614. And that's because it's gotten better. But it wasn't no 614. I was in a situation where I really didn't have too much credit. I thought my credit score was bad, but I've seen some scores in the 200s and the 300s. I'm like, how in the world is that even possible? The credit score system is a tool. Don't get caught up, oh my gosh, my score, everything is a tool. Use it to your advantage. Use it to your advantage. So, that's one thing I do. It doesn't cost me any money. I post on Facebook groups. And when a person gets a car, what I do is I get a picture. I tell the sales person to send me a picture of them getting their car. Sometimes I'm even up there and I'm able to get a video. So then I use that video with my face and me speaking and stuff and everything, and I post it on my Heaven to Earth Services Facebook page, and I also post it in the Facebook groups. Now I think in the Facebook groups you can only post pictures. So I take that picture and I use that picture of that person that just got their car smiling and stuff like that, and I use it to generate more leads. Typically you're going to get about 30 to 40 hits. Out those 30 or 40 hits, the people are going to submit their information to me, because I ask them a certain amount of questions that I have to relay to the salesman or salesperson. So the reason that I'm gathering certain information is because it allows me to weed through what's not going to be a deal and what's possibly is going to be a deal. Because if a person doesn't get a car, then I don't get paid. These people are already looking for cars, so it's not like I'm forcing them to get a car. I'm just trying to put them in a position where they are able to get a car at a reasonable price, at an affordable price, and still keep some money in their pocket. People who don't have the best credit and stuff like that or whatnot, because of course you got a 700 credit score, you ain't finna go in there and give them no money, depending on what type of car you're getting and stuff like that. So that's a service I provide, and I gather the information, and then I weed through who is real and who is fake, or who ain't really serious or whatever, and then I submit that information to my people I work with, my salesmen and my saleswomen that I work with at the dealership that I have a business relationship with, and then they do the rest. They put my referral on there, my bird dog, and then eventually I get my check. When the bank cuts the check, I get my $100 check, and it's not costing me any money out of pocket. So you got to be creative. You don't have to always have money to make money. Be creative with it. Use the internet to your advantage. Yes, it's going to take time. It's going to take effort. But eventually, it's going to pay off. Why? Because you have the Lord Jesus Christ with you. And there are many things that you can learn and many experiences that you can gain through doing these different things. I can't tell you how many doors will open up to me and me being able to preach and minister to other people. Because if they see okay, this guy's legit or this woman is legit, I like their business, what do people usually do? People are nosy. I'm gonna click on their name, then they're gonna go to your personal page. My personal page is public. You can come you can come on my personal page and read any of my posts. So everything I'm doing with this corporation, this LLC, is only to reach more people with the gospel. It's only to open up more doors to reach more people, to be a light to others. So it's a tool. But those are some of the things I do. I got some other things in the work or whatnot. But yeah, you get this paper. It just breaks it down a little bit more. Let y'all check that out. It just says control number, business name, business type, effective date, my address, organizer of it, which is me. Then you get your statement of the organizer. That's your cover sheet. And then it tells you the undersigned, the organizer of Heaven to Earth Services, LLC. This is just stating that I'm the one that organized it. I'm the one that started it. And then what you want to do next after you are approved, because what they're going to do is they're going to do a name search and make sure that the name that you are wanting to use is available. So once you get all this good to go, right? You next want to apply for an EIN number. Now this is where they try to get you, because when you are on INC or inkfile.com or LegalZoom or any of these sites, they're going to offer you an EIN number for a fee. But guess what? This is what they don't tell you. You can apply for an EIN number for free. This is my EIN number, which is the employer identification number for my corporation. Might want to cover that up. Y'all can see the rest of it. Heaven Earth Services, Kelson King. This is just stating that it has assigned my EIN number. Man, I guess it don't really matter if y'all see it or not. What you gonna do? You're gonna take it and try to get some money off of it, money off of it or something. I mean, that's between you and the Lord. But yeah, you want to apply for your EIN number, and the EIN number is going to be used for tax purposes or whatnot, and it's free. I did it from my phone sitting in my car when I was going to the bank to set up my corporation and get my my business bank accounts set up. I did it from my phone because I forgot. That's how easy it is. So you don't have to pay all these extra fees that they charge. And so I went to Office Max, I think it was, and I got this book. It was like $10. And I got the heaviest card stock that they had, and I had it printed in color to be all professional. So it's the same thing that you just saw, it just in the heavy paper. It's all nice and professional. And you see, it's the page or whatever. They come with a sticker so you can make it all pretty and stuff. You know, you have your logo or whatever. I think I got it in the back seat. I just haven't put it on yet. And you got all your paperwork and stuff. So the next thing that you want to do is you want to go to your local bank and you want to set up and open your business accounts. And we have my stuff here. Wells Fargo business, your new business account, and it has all your paperwork and stuff in there. You got your Wells Fargo business savings account, your deposit slips for your expense account. I think these are checks, my bad. Let me see. Yeah, it's just checks and some other information for my general account. Now, what I did was I set up two checking accounts. and I set up a savings account. My first checking account is a general account. That's where all my money is going to go into. My second checking account that I set up was a expense account. And again, my third account was my savings account. So what I'm going to do is I want to be moving money so the bank can see, okay, he's doing business. He has money coming in and stuff like that. So when it comes time to get business credit cards and apply for them, then they will approve them, because they're going to take all that stuff into consideration. They're going to look you up. Even more so when you are wanting to get business loans, if you really want to go that route, they're gonna check your information. They're gonna see how much money you're moving. They're gonna look and see, are you on Duns and Dun, if you have your number, your Duns number and stuff like that. They're gonna see if you got a website. They're gonna see if you got a Facebook page and stuff like that. They want to see if you're doing business before they give you money. So what you want to do is you want to make all your connections to your business, so when the time comes for you to apply for that loan or apply for that credit card or whatever, everything's already in place for them to approve you. It's the same thing when my people who are getting people in cars, what they do, they pretty much pre-package the deal before they even submit it to the bank. So when the bank looks at it, the bank is 99% of the time they're going to go ahead and accept it. And if not, then they get on the phone and they do what they call hashing it out. And they look at the numbers and they make adjustments or whatnot. So that's what you want to do. Also, when it comes to business, you want to go ahead and pre-package your business, so when it comes time to get these business credit cards, when it comes time to get these business gas cards and stuff like that, then you're already in position to get it. That's what you want to do. That's the name of the game. You want to use their money. They've done it to us. That's how banks make their money. They make their money off of other people's money. It is what it is. You gotta play the system how the system is set forth. That's what you call wisdom. That's what you call knowledge. That's what you call understanding. We're not breaking any rules. We're not breaking any laws. We're actually abiding by the laws by setting up a corporation and doing things right. I mean, doing your taxes and all that stuff. Because guess what? In your business, you get to write a lot of stuff off. You get to write off a certain portion of your light bill and stuff like that. You get to write off a certain portion of your rent because you have your home. You have a home office. You have a room, and that's your office and stuff like that. So you can write off a portion of your rent and stuff like that, because you're using your home as your business. So you can write that stuff off, and then you can bring your sheet down so you don't owe that many taxes. There's nothing illegal about that. They are the ones that implemented the laws to do that. And so what you want to do, you have your general account and you have your expense account. When you have a bill to pay, you move your money from your general account to your expense account, rather it's through a mobile app, or you write a check. You write a check from the general account and you deposit that check into your expense account. And then you use that account to pay certain bills or whatever, or take care of your business stuff. Why? Because they want to see, oh, he has expenses, she has expenses, they're moving money. You have money coming in, you have money going out. So that's the name of the game. What you're going to get is, I have mine right here. These are my cards, my temporary cards. I have one for my general account and I have one for my expense account. And these are my temporary cards. They're going to send me some new cards in the mail, and you can get them customized and stuff like that. Pretty cool. You know, have your logo and stuff on there. I got my logo and everything. I'm ready to roll. I plant my seeds, my seeds of faith, believing in the word, and I go forth in action, because the Lord has me and the Lord has you too. So what I did today was I used my expense card at Family Dollar. And what I bought was some Emerson Premium earbuds. Now, you can use QuickBooks or any of these other tools to keep up with your expenses and everything. They got all that out there. You just have to learn it. Don't be afraid to learn. Don't be afraid to experience these different things, because you never know who you may be in contact with or be put in contact with and be able to minister to them. You never know what type of knowledge and wisdom and understanding you may gain that you can use to help others. Like I'm doing now. I'm hopefully helping somebody out there that had questions, or you're on the fence of doing these things. How can I help you? Because I have the knowledge and the wisdom and understanding, because I'm going through it. I've done it. So I got my receipt. You can either save these receipts, or because everything is pretty much digital right now, it's already recorded on my card. So I can implement that expense into my my QuickBook app, and keep up with it. And guess what? I get to write this off. I'm gonna show you what I bought. It was like $8, and I did need them because I lost the ones I did have. There were some headphones, some earbuds. You may say, well, how is that a business expense? I gotta take phone calls. I gotta be able to talk to my potential customers and stuff like that. Just some little earbuds or whatever. Boom. This is a business expense, so I can write this off and get my money back. Well, at least, you know what I'm saying, bring it down or whatever, so I don't end up owing that many taxes. They all do it. That's the name of the game. So you get to write stuff off like that at the end of the year. Oh yeah, let me add too. I forgot about that. Your corporation, the money that you pay to set your LLC up or whatever, that, let's say at $300, let's say you do the $300, right? You get to write that $300 off. That's a business expense. This right here, this book that I paid $10 for, that's a business expense. A certain percentage of your clothing you can write off. You need uniforms. Let's say you're starting a mobile mechanic business. You need uniforms, right? You need tools. All that stuff is business expenses you can write off to do business. I'm doing real estate now, so guess what? I have to look a certain way, so I can write off if I buy a shirt or something like that, a nice shirt. If I go to Goodwill, I like shopping at Goodwill because Goodwill be having some good stuff for cheap. I ain't finna sit here and flex. I shop anywhere, Goodwill, Walmart. I don't really be trying to pay top dollar for a lot of these clothes or whatever. That's just me. Sometimes I will. I may pay $20 for a shirt, but I be trying to get a deal. So I shop at Goodwill or whatever. Sometimes, you know, I go in there and find some good shirts, some good, you know, blazers and stuff too for cheap. You need to check that out. Don't be ashamed. But you go to Goodwill, you buy some clothes or whatever. Guess what? That's a business expense. I get to put it on there and write it off. I need clothes. Why you need to write it off? Because I'm a real estate investor. I had to present myself a certain way. I can't be out here dressed like a what you would call a thug with my pants sagging, which I don't sag my pants anyway, but you get the point. Or, you know what I'm saying, looking all crazy or whatnot. Why? Because that's just the way it is. You see real estate agents, they're dressed up nice. They are presenting themselves as a professional, as a business person. So to present myself as a business person, I must have the clothes to do that. So I got to buy it, and you can write it off. You can write off a certain percentage of a certain amount of food. How do you do that? When you have a LLC, you have to keep minutes and stuff like that. You have to have your meetings. No, it's locked.
Could you let me in, please?
I'm in the middle of doing a sermon right now.
Huh?
I said I'm in the middle of doing a sermon right now.
code ain't on this.
No.
Okay.
But what was I at? I was talking about food, yeah. You can write off food too, depending on what your business is. If you have a business that is a catering business, then of course you're gonna have to buy food and everything and whatnot, so you can write off food. It depends on what your business is. You may be having a event. You may be having a business meeting, and at the business meeting you have food. So if you're serving food, because you got to keep, you don't have to, but it's smart to keep your minutes, and that gets into another topic. But when you have your LLC or your S corp or your C corp, they have meetings. Typically at meetings there is food served. So if you have a meeting with your members, with rather as yourself, or if you have many members on your LLC, or board members on your corp, your C corp or your S corp, you buy the food, you write it off. There may be leftover food. What you gonna do? Throw it away? No. I'm trying to give y'all some nuggets. Trying to give y'all some nuggets. You should get the point. You can write off a certain amount of food if you're having a event. Yes, I'm having a business meeting, or I'm inviting people because I'm trying to sell them this product or whatever, or I'm trying to get them to invest in my business, or whatever it may be. I'm serving food. I gotta buy food, so that's an expense. Let's say you're having a business meeting where you're meeting with a potential client and y'all are going out to eat. You write it off. That's a business expense. You've eaten for free. So when it comes time to do your taxes and stuff like that, you got your money that you had coming in, then you got your expenses, and then your accountant or whatnot, your tax preparer, they do their thing. Nothing illegal about it. President Trump does it. All corporations do it. That's why they have these things. We just aren't using it to our advantage. So I think that's about it. I just wanted to cover that a little bit, give y'all some things to think about. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, and you can call and talk to me. You can also call my business line. That's a business expense. I have a business line. I think it's like, you can get some for free, but the one I have, it costs $20 a month. That's a write-off. You get a certain percentage of entertainment. Netflix. If you go to a play or something like that, you get to write a certain percentage off of those different things. Why? Research. I'm researching my competitors. I needed to watch this video because it had information that I needed to obtain to help my business. I'm giving y'all some nuggets and stuff. I'm telling you what they're already doing, so you can't sit here and say, "Oh my God, this is illegal, Kelson. You can't do these things." No, you can do it. They're already doing it. We're just now catching up and getting on to what's going on. Something else I was going to say. Oh yeah, you can call my business line, Heaven and Earth Services, 706-705-0035. 706-705-0035. That's my business line. If you want to talk about what's in this video, or if you want to talk about ministry things, you know, that's what it's really about. I think my extension is 804. It tells you that when you call, it'll say, if you want to speak to Ro, which is my wife, then press so and so or stay on the line. But if you want to speak to Kelson King, dial extension 804. So my extension is 804. But you'll hear that if you call or whatever. But Don't be calling me about no bull jive. If you want to call and talk about business and, being helped, and you got some questions, hit me up. If you want to call and talk about ministry stuff, you got some questions or whatnot, definitely hit me up. I'm here to help y'all as much as I can. If you got anything you want to share with me, share it with me. I got some more videos coming on this. I spoke about this a while back, and I said I'll have some stuff coming for y'all in regards to business. So this will be, you could say, the start of it. The start of it to help y'all out for those of you who want to start businesses and stuff like that, or have questions and everything. But at the end of the day, you got to do your own research, see what is best for you. It may be a LLC. All right. It may be a LLC. It may be a S corp. It may be a C corp. Just do your research. Understand that the different benefits of each of them, pros and cons and stuff like that. LLC works good for me right now because it's really only me. Under LLC, when it comes to taxes, you can file it as a C corp and get the benefits of a C corp. Something else. Some of you understand that, some of you don't. In due time, you will understand, but I think that's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. God bless each and every one of you in Jesus Christ's name. As always, stay focused for Jesus. As you know, truth is not debated. It is declared. I'm looking because I'm still thinking. Something else I want to add. You got a corporation, right? Your corporation needs a vehicle. So you can now get a vehicle under your corporation, and somebody has to drive the vehicle because you are a employee of the corporation, right? So somebody has to go drive the corporation's vehicle so the corporation can make more money. So now that vehicle under the corporation is, guess what? You got it. It's a tax write-off. Maybe it's the down payment you put on it. Maybe it's a certain amount of the payments or whatnot. You got to do your own research on that. I know definitely you can write off a certain mileage. You can write off gas. All that stuff is, you can write it off. Legally, 100% legally, because it's a business expense, the cost of doing business. That's what America is run by. Business, buying, selling, and trading. So just to give you some more nuggets, get a car or a truck or whatever under the LLC. You may have to be a guarantor, meaning that you have to sign your name on there as a guarantee that you guarantee this loan. But if your business credit is good, there's ways around it. But when you sign your own name on there as a guarantor, you get qualified faster. But guess what? The banks, they see, okay, he or she is doing more business. They have a vehicle. They're paying their notes and stuff like that. So again, when it comes time for those loans or for those credit cards, oh yeah, Mr. King, come on in. Here, I'm trying to expand my business. What are you trying to get? I'm just looking for a $10,000 credit card. I'm trying to see what I can get approved for my credit card. Well, let's look at a few things. Okay, these are the credit cards we have right here. Which one do you think will work best for you? I think that one will work best for me. Okay, you apply for it. Boom. They say, okay, he's doing some things, or she's doing some things. $10,000 credit card. Now what you do is, when you get the $10,000, when you're approved for one, you go apply for like 2 or 3 more. You go apply for 2 or 3 more. So now you have 3 $10,000 credit cards to really, with that, you should be able to do some things with your business. And you've used none of your money. Now, of course, you got to be smart about it. The process is longer, but hey. So there's multiple ways to do it, but that's the way to do it if you're trying to spend the least amount of money as possible. And I'm gonna go ahead and close it out. Because if I keep on talking, I'm going to be talking about some other stuff as far as vendor accounts and stuff like that. That's after you're going to put those in motion before you even apply for the credit cards or that, because that's really what's going to set you get those credit cards. But yeah, I'm out. I love y'all. Peace.